Developed by Traveler's Tales and published by Warner Brothers Games, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga was released on April 5th, 2022 for the Switch, PS4, PS5, PC, and Xbox. And this is a Saves Together quick look. That's right, not quick look.
Save.
A quick save.
That's okay.
Anyways, this is an episode where we just like boil it down to just talking about the game. We kind of cut out some of the erroneous balonious, as you like to say. I've heard you say that a lot. You say that all the time.
Erroneous Bolognius. That's my name. Don't wear it out.
That's such a good threat or whatever that.
What?
Like, don't wear it out. I'm trying to bring some of those back. Talk to the hand because the face ain't listening.
How about
Hubba,
loser,
hubba.
loser, double loser.
Ooh, what's this one? When do you use this?
What?
I don't know what this is. What is
Loser,
this one?
loser, double loser, get something, whatever. Get the picture, duh. Something like
What?
that. Something like
Well,
that.
show me an example of how. What should I say that you would reply?
Like, you would just walk up to someone in the hallway at school who was
Okay.
like, a loser, you know?
All right, so
And then you would be like, loser, loser, double loser, get the picture, whatever. Something like that.
because you're doing two L's, so it's a picture. It's a
Yeah,
camera.
there's a whole visual
There's two hand
aspect
motions.
to this.
Two
Uh-huh.
L's, finger guns, but then you
L,
rotate
L,
them up and then rotate them out. Now it looks
Double
like
loser, this is whatever. That turns into a W. Two L's become a W.
wait, but then how is that a photograph? Why you never said anything that had the word W?
I don't know. Listen, it's been a long time. I don't remember the.
Anyways, let's get into it. Let's talk about our time playing co-op through LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. What kind of game is this?
It's a Lego game.
It's a Lego game, and I want to say I've never really played one. I've played like the demo of them, so I know what they're about, but I've really never had an experience with a Lego game. Have you?
Me and my brother used to play the Star Wars ones and the Indiana Jones ones, and we had such a lovely time. We really thought it was hilarious. That's what I remember. I was thinking how funny the cutscenes were.
I think they're still funny.
I think they are. They
Like-
can be. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, like, genuinely, I think they're hitting a pretty good batting average on comedy. I'm not saying it's all laugh out loud, but there's some pretty good bits in there.
Yeah. After we didn't beat this game at all. What did we do?
Well-
Did we beat one?
No, well, we beat like 3 of the main.
They were pretty short then.
The way this game is structured is there are 5 main story missions inside of each of the 9 Star
There's
Wars
only
movies.
5 missions in each of them, but it's also kind of an open world within them,
Kind of.
too.
Open zone, right? Like it's,
There's like
they're
side
small.
quests and stuff you can do within them.
yeah, I will say, pretty confusing.
Well, there's a lot of content.
There's just a lot going on.
But you do have to play them in some kind of order. You can't just like immediately play 8 or whatever.
You have to start with the first in each trilogy. So you can
Right.
start with episode 1, episode 4, or episode 7.
We did.
We did
Who
episode
knows?
4, and then we did episode 1, and then we got a ways through episode 5.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I remember playing what's his face?
Who?
Jar Jar.
oh, Jar Jar, who
Sith Jar
this has
Jar.
got to be just about. No, it's not Jar Jar. It's not Sith Jar Jar.
Yeah, it
which I
was.
wish it was. Well, that's not a real character, so it can't be.
He's just a Sith. That's what I heard.
So you're just acknowledging the truth that is Sith
Yeah.
Lord Jar Jar.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, I don't remember.
You
if I-
recognize and understand that Sith Jar Jar is a fan theory?
No, that's real, dude. That is so.
I don't know if
real.
you're doing a bit. I can't tell.
Classic Craig doesn't know if I'm doing a bit. Classic Craig.
What's the co-op category for this one? Wait, I want to say the Jar Jar Binks voice, hilarious, really bad. One of the worst Jar Jar Binkses I've ever
I
heard.
thought it was okay.
Well, you're not a. Listen,
I guess I don't keep Jar Jar Binks' voice in my head at all times.
I do. I'm a big Jar Jar fan.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can tell.
you
Because
can
you know about all the fan theories.
You brought it up first.
But you knew it. I didn't bring it up. I made that up. I didn't know it was a fan theory.
You made up. You think you invented Sith? What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
I was thinking about it one day and I was like, what if, you know?
No, you didn't. Just go home.
Okay.
Jail.
Go straight to jail.
Co-op category, supplemental, which just kind of means we're playing the same mission at the same time on the same game, but
Right.
There's really not a
That's
lot
what I
of-
was going to say, by the way.
there's really not a lot of co-opness, other than the fact that you're there together. So obviously it's majorly co-op, right? But you're not working towards.
Well, I would argue there is, because sometimes you have to be different characters.
You always have to be different characters. You definitely can't have two.
You can in free
Finns.
play, all right? But in the
No,
mission,
I don't think you. Well, you can have two of the same character if they're different skins for that character.
the point is,
Because that's technically a different character.
the characters have different abilities
Yes.
based on what kind of character they are.
Oh, that's a good point. Well,
So, kind of arguably, you could say this is maybe supplemental / crew roles, because the game kind of makes you do the crew roles.
you do have to have a Jedi to open like a Jedi
Yeah.
door or a. That's a good point. That's a good point.
So I would say crew roles maybe.
And
in
that's
this
a that's a
case.
normal thing with Lego games, right? Like that's a
I would,
holdover
yes,
from.
I think
this
so.
isn't the combat kind of improved in this one.
Sure. Yeah, it is. It's more complex, I
Yeah.
would say,
So
than the
so-
other ones.
This is like a Lego game plus. It's still a Lego game.
If you're gonna
but
play
it's
any of them,
Lego
you should
Game
try
Deluxe.
this one.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
But
I've only played
preferred
one.
the Indiana Jones ones.
Well, unfortunately, that's not an option for most people, right? I wonder if you can even play any Indiana Jones Lego on.
I wonder why
modern
they stopped making those. Weird. It's almost like
Mutt Williams.
that's funny because we saw a movie yesterday and we saw the Indiana Jones trailer. I can't recall one thing that happened in that trailer. I think I like blocked it out in my mind. I don't know why. Do you? Oh, I do remember when he like starts whipping everyone at the table, and I was like, okay, that guy's old, you know.
And then they
like,
pull
oh.
out the guns and they do the gun bit. And so here's
Yeah.
my problem with. Let's talk
Mhm.
about Indiana Jones.
Okay.
It's owned by Disney, obviously.
Boo. Right.
Yeah, a little bit. The comedy in the Indiana Jones trailer looked a lot like the comedy in Star Wars, which is a lot like the comedy in Marvel. You know what I mean?
Dude,
it
I'm
seems
getting
like it's
sick
Disney
of jokes.
formula.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I really like jokes. I just don't.
No, but those jokes. I'm getting
Yeah.
sick of capital J jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, me too. He cracks the whip on everybody, and then they all pull out their guns, and it's like that worked 40 years ago when
Was that
he did
a
it.
scene before too?
Yeah, so he goes to have a sword fight with a guy, and he's like, you can see him like,
Oh, I
screw
remember
this,
this.
and he
I
pulls out
remember
his
this.
gun and shoots him.
Yes.
And I guess that was improv by Harrison Ford on set,
Oh.
which is hilarious.
So this is a
um,
callback essentially.
But
This
like
is
that's
trying to
such a
appeal to your
classic joke.
nostalgia.
Is it? I don't know.
Yes.
It's
no,
just
that's what
kind of
they're
like
trying to do. They're trying to get you to remember how you felt when you first watched Indiana Jones, so you'll come and watch this one, even though there's just absolutely no way it'd be worth doing.
But here's the thing: that joke has been done to death at this point. That like kind of not referential. You're showing the viewer that your world is stupid. You're admitting like how dumb it is that he has a gun, that
It's
he has
okay
a
to be
whip.
silly and goofy sometimes.
It's not funny anymore to like wink and nod at the audience. Like, yeah, this world is stupid, isn't it?
Was it ever funny?
Yeah, I think Guardians of the Galaxy was hilarious at first. Like, I think the Marvel jokes were very funny until they kept doing them. But you know what jokes aren't in this? Those types, because it's just full-blown ridiculous. It'll be like the lightsaber won't turn on and then like fish will come out of it or something, you know.
That is silly.
It is silly. This game is very silly.
All right, well, let's get to the other categories.
The factors, type of co-op, couch, online, split screen, same screen.
Sam? No, split screen, right?
Split screen only. 2 players, only split screen. There's no online.
Really?
Yeah.
No, there is online. Because I just remember going on to the menu and thinking there should be online multiplayer.
You'd think there would be, but there isn't.
Yeah.
And I guess that was a contentious at release. Doesn't affect us, but that's going to affect a lot of people. Maybe. Although the type of like gaming folks I think should be playing this, maybe it wouldn't. I think this is a great
Right.
family game.
Yeah, your 5-year-old probably doesn't live in a different house, so it might be okay for you.
Yeah, but what if it's like divorced parents and they're there for the weekend, but you want to play
Oh my God.
with them anyways?
What if your father... Okay, I was about to make a insane joke. You know what? Never
Go
mind.
for it, dude. Go for it. Let's see what
No.
you got. Bring it to the table.
It wasn't a joke. It's a real thing that could happen to somebody.
Their dad could have a different house than their mommy.
Yeah, that. So that wasn't what I was gonna say, but yeah, it could. That could be
Separate mode or full?
that's full game.
Full game, drop in, drop out, as far as I can tell.
Mhm.
Like, literally, you just kind of like you pick up the controller, press start, and it's like, all right, you're in. Control scheme.
Controllers.
Controllers. 2 players only, like I said. It's very fast-paced, very chaotic, and very confusing,
And mostly easy.
but pretty fun. Like, I really think this is a fun game.
If you like Star Wars,
Especially
even more
if you
fun.
like Star Wars and you want to see more. I ended up, despite us not playing through every single mission, I ended up watching every single cutscene. I just went on YouTube and spent like 4 hours watching all of the videos.
yeah, we mostly stopped playing because I didn't care.
Yeah, you're not a Star Warser.
I mean, you say that, but the truth is, I liked Star Wars back in the day, and now I care much less. I
Why
liked
is
Andor.
that? Could it be like, maybe it's like the jokes they injected into Star Wars and
No,
really
no,
killed
no,
the
no.
franchise?
I don't think it was the jokes.
I don't think they killed the franchise, by the way. I want to state, I actually like Star Wars still, but it is stale.
I do think in general, I don't need to sort of relive the same story over and over again.
Yeah.
And I want new stories. And so like I don't need to participate in Star Wars anymore. I want a new world, new stories.
Andor,
so
though.
that's it. But I did like Andor. We talked about
Mando,
that.
though.
So Andor was good. Andor was just a good story.
Mando.
Yeah, that was okay.
Grogu.
I feel like Mando was held up by Grogu for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, Mandalorian as a character was also good, but it was his relationship with Grogu that was the driving factor in that show. So, all right.
Progression.
You unlock like
Yeah.
new characters and levels and the game. I mean, what else? There's a lot of like things you can collect, but I didn't understand what most of it did. Like, remember we were trying to figure out what was the point of unlocking the ship parts?
Like little mini models of the ships. And I
Okay.
guess that's just
that.
that's just a get.
It's like an art thing.
I got a little sculpture.
But, you know, you can unlock the characters for free play.
Which there are 380 characters in the game,
Yeah, that is surprising.
including like we were just talking about Andor, Mandalorian. Like
And
it's-
skins.
Yeah, you're not just.
You almost bought Andor for some reason. And Cassian, I mean, sorry.
I mean, Cassian's cool, man.
I know, but like, why would
Why
you
not?
spend money on that?
I mean, why not? Why they
Because
made
they're
it?
all the same. You can just pretend like your
So-
little guy is Andor.
There you go. That's my problem with it.
It's about using your imagination. When you're a kid and you have Legos, you don't have your favorite character probably. So you just pretend, you're just like, yeah, that's that guy. You know what I mean? So this is respect the imagination part of Lego building. Thank you.
But then if it's a video game, it should be doing a little more for my imagination. And I do think all the characters are kind of samey. Like,
Well,
at least
yeah.
in the class. If they have a lightsaber, they're mostly going to play the same.
I mean, it makes sense when you got 300 of them.
I know, but how cool would it be if there was 100 of them, but they were different feeling?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. More, I don't know what it would be. I'm not going to try to design that, but
I think
they're a little, I don't know. It's not that exciting to play as the character.
the game is simple by design, and I
Yes.
think it's just not for us. You
Yeah.
know, it's not challenging in any way. It's not interesting to me. But if you like Star Wars, and if you're okay with having a simple game, it's just too much content. Also, I was overwhelmed. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Maybe if there was just 3 movies or something. But I think
No.
the whole point was this was a collection. You don't have to beat the game, right?
No, nobody ever has to beat anything.
I do think if you're a kid, you really like this, obviously. Play with your kids, you know?
Yeah,
one of them
wish-
kid games.
We try not to
I'm not trying to
belittle
be
things.
I'm not trying to belittle it. I'm trying to say
family.
family. We're not a family. But there's families out there that might enjoy this, and with people younger than 18 perhaps. I'm not saying
No,
anything.
I mean,
Dude, adults would like this game too. I'm not trying to say
I also think it's a good game.
it's not a bad game.
There
It
you
just
go.
wasn't for me. That's what I'm trying to say.
I wish that I could be those other characters during the main story missions, because the way
Yeah,
we were
right.
going to play this game is the main story only. Like, we are not going back to replay missions just because I can be, now I can be Mandalorian in Star Wars Episode 1.
Well,
I'm not going back to do that.
They do want you to, because they add
Yes.
like little places where it's like, well, if you had this character in the free play, then maybe you could unlock this. And I'm like, oh, too bad for me in the future. I will never do that.
Yeah, obviously, lore-wise and canon-wise, it would make 0 sense, but I kind of don't care. I wish I could do it from the start, because I'm never going to go back. So unlocking all these characters was cool, but I'm not going to use them, so I guess it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The pod racing was decent.
It was decent.
Yeah. I was into the pod racing. I'm a big pod racing fan. If you know me, you know I love pod
I think
racing.
you've said it on this podcast multiple times. I'm
Well,
pretty
yeah.
sure.
I need people, it's part of my personality.
It's part of your brand.
Yeah.
Remember when we all had brands?
I still have a brand.
I guess people do still have brands, but the idea of doing that now is insane to me.
Mine is Pod Racing, Tamagotchis, Chow Gardens,
Snacks.
Yakuza, Fist Fights.
Your brand is other people's brands in a little bit of a way, is what you're saying? Like, that brand makes up your brand?
More like...
Fist Fights aren't a brand, but Tamagotchi is.
Well, all right,
Yakuza
virtual
is.
pets. Okay, sorry, you want me to... Geez, I'll generify it for you. Open world,
Ew.
blue skies,
Open
virtual
world?
pets,
Like, in the real world? Skateboarding.
front flips,
Extreme sports in general.
basements, wood paneling, CRT TVs.
Wait, wood paneling. I thought you liked carpets. Like shag carpets.
Shag carpets, lava lamps, incense, devil,
You sound like a Tumblr blog.
angel,
Devil and angel?
cute,
Okay, how long
spicy.
does this go on for?
Power Ranger.
You know, I feel like your brand is getting a little crowded and you need to simplify so people can understand your brand in a way that makes sense. You need just one color. If you had to pick a color, what would your color be?
Hollow.
That's not a color. That's not a color.
Maybe in your world, man.
Okay.
The Badoop.
Dibba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
We had a big old progression glitch right in the start of this game, which also kind of soured our taste.
I forgot about that.
We were playing through episode 4. We were fighting the invaders coming onto the ship to steal Darth Leia. Not Darth Leia.
Dude, Darth
Darth
Leia, dude.
Just for Darth Vader to steal Leia's plans or
that
whatever.
sounds like a fan fiction.
I mean, Rey is basically Darth Leia, right? Like
True.
she gets the spiky teeth.
She gets the spiky teeth. They never come back. They should have kept the spiky teeth out.
No,
I like
I like when she gets the piss saber.
Spiky
She's got the piss saber on the menu screen. Also, wait, every time you go back to the home screen, it has to like show you a whole like loading and like you have to watch a whole thing. And it's like, I'm just trying to
Right.
get to the menu. Can you just...
Annoying.
I mean, I know it's probably loading, but it has to do this whole little gimmick.
Yeah, it's the brand.
Okay.
Throwback.
And then Finn and Poe have a little tender moment. You saw that, right?
I did.
Little Easter egg down there in the bottom right corner.
Yeah, just mocking us all for thinking.
For thinking possibly
anything.
they would do anything interesting.
Live slug reaction.
But yeah, we just couldn't progress. The game glitched and we could not continue and we had to restart that whole mission, which was pretty frustrating.
Do you feel like there's a difference between glitch and bug, though? I think it's a bug.
I think a bug is like replicable.
I think...
I mean, like a bug
glitch?
is like in there, like, oh, there's a bug in there.
You
where
know,
it's
when I think
it's
glitch,
the same thing as far as I'm...
I think visual artifacting.
That's because your brand isn't open and aware enough.
Okay, all right. It's a bug, it's a glitch.
You're
You get
thinking
it.
of the word glitch meaning like an aesthetic choice.
Yeah,
But
right.
like, no.
Okay. I mean, I think, but if you're a programmer, you probably
game
never use
glitched.
the word glitch. You use bug.
If you're a programmer, write in and let us know. Do you use the term bug or glitch?
We've
You
got
probably
programmer
use-
friends. We
You
can ask
probably
them.
use the word. I'm
Bug.
gonna guess that it's actually more like it's gonna be something corporate-y, like
Right.
unintended side effect.
They definitely use the word bug.
I mean, like.
But we can use the word glitch. You're free. You're free to do so.
No. I gotta use the correct,
So
proper
it's a
scientific
So it's a
term.
glitch bug. It's a bit. I tried to combine them. It's a glug.
A glug.
A glug.
All right. Control screen progression. Shared loot or XP?
There's no EXP. Well, you can like. Yes, there is shared. It's all shared. So
Everything's
if you spend
shared.
your money on something within the menu, like a character or a skill point, that shares the progression. So like the character itself, they all have like a skill tree, and I guess you can unlock those with money, like the money or the bricks.
Yeah, kind of like the host, whoever's like save file you're playing on, will basically have everything. It's not like you have
Right.
your own account or something.
Exactly. Each
But you
character
do
does.
spend the money and then that character gets the plus. If you're Luke Skywalker and you increase his lightsabering, I don't get that on Obi-Wan.
Right.
Yeah. Friendly fire.
Yes.
I
Didn't
think-
we? Couldn't we? Yes, we did.
I think I can hit you. I can bop you with certain.
We
oh my
definitely.
God,
there was
is.
definitely friendly fire. We
And
killed
it's
each other.
annoying.
It was annoying.
It's
a
like
little bit.
super annoying. You probably turn it off. I can't confirm you can, but I think we did.
I think we tried.
Because we were like, why would this have this? You're supposed to be playing this with people who don't know how to play games or stupid. They'll be swinging all the time.
But I think
And
kids
then
like that. I think kids
fights-
want to kill each other.
I mean, true. But in fights where we were fighting stormtroopers while dressed as stormtroopers,
That was funny, though.
I was pretty sure that you were a bad guy.
That was
You can
funny.
put on helmets and stuff. That was cool, actually.
Yeah, I liked that. You could fool them for like 1 second.
Interruptive actions. You can kind of go anywhere. The screen is split, and there's no like
Right,
wall
that's true.
or warping or anything. Obviously, the hitting each other is interruptive, but
I don't remember when you start a mission or go to the next realm if like there's a like an agreement that you have to press. I think there is actually. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, this person's gonna go. Are you going to? And you have to agree.
the open world
So
is
generally not interruptive, actually.
like not that interesting.
No, I mean if you like Star Wars, like you can. I mean you like Star Wars. You tell me. Like, do you want to run around the worlds?
Nope. All
There
right,
you
pizza
go.
party game. Is this a pizza party game?
No. I would say it's a
Sleepover?
little too. Yeah, sleepover game.
Sleepover
yes.
party game.
Not a pizza party game though.
Difficulty of the co-op.
Game is very easy. The co-op doesn't make it any harder. If it maybe the friendly fire a little bit, but not really. So
Yeah.
I would say it makes it easier, and it's easy co-op.
Easy co-op.
You're just running around. You're just having a good, easy, simple time
Yep.
with your favorite Star Wars characters: Luke, Darth, Leia, and Jabba the Sith. I meant Jar Jar. I get Jar Jar and Jabba mixed up in my head because they both start with J.
Cool.
Thanks.
Darth C-3PO. Darth R2-D2.
They all seem cooler when you say Darth in front of their name. It's crazy how that works.
Darth Grace? Whoa, that was so cool. I just visualized it. What color lightsaber would you have?
That felt so sarcastic. That's such a good question. When you go to the Star Wars world in like Disney, you just choose, right? There's no like personality test.
Correct, but then you can buy booster packs and you get a chance at the Black Kyber Crystal.
Oh, so you can't just buy the black one. Okay,
No,
so
dude, that's too rare. The black one has to find you
Oh my god.
through the Force.
Okay, probably purple.
Purple's pimp.
Isn't that Mace Windu's?
Yeah, and apparently he got to set and George Lucas was like, now Samuel L. Jackson, here's your blue or green lightsaber. He was like, I want purple. And then George was like, well, that's not one. And he was like, I want purple. And he was like, okay.
And then he created purple for him?
Yeah.
Wait, that's actually
his,
sick.
his actual reaning was in the fight on Geonosis, like when you see all these sabers fighting, you're not going to know where Mace Windu is. And he's supposed to be a main,
Dude.
hero character.
Craig's like an IMDb trivia page.
I like Star Wars.
No, I think that is a cool
But I think that's
trivia.
I've grown to really like George Lucas's approach to this, which was just like, who cares? It's stupid.
True.
Jar Jar Binks. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks, am I right, guys? But it makes people upset because they take it very seriously. I do think Star Wars in general is not that serious.
It's not that serious.
It's not serious at all. I mean, part of it is the story. The whole theme is extremely simplistic. It's black and white. It's evil versus good, But it's also not bad.
It's
not
also about
bad.
force dyads, which was one of the coolest.
Yeah,
coolest thing.
Craig
That's my
loves
brand.
Force dyads.
I love being drift compatible.
Right. Wasn't there a Pacific Rim 2?
Yeah, it's not good.
You watched it.
I watched the first 20 minutes and turned it off.
Wow, you didn't even go to theaters.
Nope. Because it wasn't directed by
It wasn't?
Philip Beastman. What's his name?
Oh, Philip
Guillermo.
Beastman. That's my favorite director.
The thing that when I meet someone new and they start talking
Once they start talking Jar Jar.
when they start talking about Star Wars, I make sure to tell them I like episode 1 and I like episode 8.
I like the idea that when you meet someone new, like it has to come up. Star Wars has to come up at some
Probably
point.
will.
I don't
at
think
some
that's
point.
the case for me.
Well, you lead a different life.
Different brands.
But yeah, I make sure to let them know that I like the episodes that nobody likes because I want them to understand I don't care about Star Wars. I mean, I do a lot, but it's stupid.
It makes you also cooler.
Yeah, dude, I'm like the weird one. I'm the odd man
He's the
out.
weird one. That's why my favorite character is Darth Jar Jar.
You can't say that when that is my favorite character.
Sure it is.
Name
I like
another
the
character
character
that's my
everyone
favorite.
hates, dude. My favorite character is Anakin's like stuffed animal in the
Oh my
Lego
God, the
Skywalker cutscene.
The voice change between episode 1 and 2 for Anakin, very funny. He goes from like I'm a little boy to like, hey, it's a good bit.
It's crazy what I remembered about those movies by playing the games. Like the idea that Padme was the queen. What was it again? Something crazy, dude.
I love that you're like, wow, I remembered this small little detail about the movie, and it's a major plot point.
Well, to me, it's small in the context of my life. That's what I mean. And then also the fact that like he's a child when he meets Padme, who's the same actress that later they romance. That's disgusting.
Yes.
Wow.
Because like
crazy.
even if she was like 14 and he was 9, it's just the fact that the actors change and don't change
Right.
that makes it weird for me. I don't know why.
Oh, hey, what's her name? Padme.
Yeah.
I almost said Leia. Okay. Are we going to score this?
Intensity. We're not done.
Oh, shoot.
Not that intense, but it is chaotic and confusing, which I think can kind of like get overwhelming.
It was, yeah, not intense
And
at all.
there's a lot of maiming and decapitation. I know it's just Lego, little plastic bits flying everywhere, but
You maim your Lego guys, and when you're a kid, you know, you take the little heads off and then go.
oh, that's one of my favorite things to do. You swing the sword at them, and then you put both figures down, and you have to pop the head off, and then you continue the move.
Right.
So awesome. I realized the other day
Sick.
I don't know if I like Legos so much anymore. Like
Wow.
building Legos is fun, but then like they're not that cool looking to like display.
I liked having so many different little heads.
I like the little minifigs,
Mhm,
but I don't
yeah.
want to collect minifigures. Like, what am I gonna do? I don't
Well,
wanna...
no, I'm just saying back in the
Yeah.
day, I liked
Oh
it.
yeah, I was a big Lego guy. Listen, I need to apologize to about half or more of the people I interacted with as a child. If you had Legos and I went to your house, I for sure was stealing Lego pieces. I'm sorry, okay? You just had cooler
What
swords
the
and helmets
hell?
than me.
I'm finding out that Craig stole a lot of stuff. Still stealing to this day, it sounds like.
No, allegedly, but no.
Allegedly. Yeah.
I don't steal anymore. Once I turned 13, I stopped.
We talked about something recent. No.
Okay, so competitiveness of co-op.
Not at all.
Not at all.
No.
Strategy or tactics?
Not at all.
Press X. Press X more.
Right. Yeah,
And
you
then
just
press
really
Y.
run around.
And then press Y once.
You don't have to think about it.
You don't have to think or talk about it. In fact, what we ended up talking about was how good, like we were basically just rating the bits. It was just like, oh, that joke was okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that joke was good. Oh, that joke didn't really work. Communication, final.
Not that much.
Not
you don't
that
really
much.
need to. It was just like, it's just a good time. Just having a good time.
It's a good little basic time.
Mm-hmm. It's a good little basic time. You're not
basic time.
challenged.
Let's score this thing and let's head out of here.
Okay. Well, it's hard for me to it's hard to
Yes.
score because this game wasn't for me, and I think it's for a different audience. But I think as a Lego game, like if we're like scoring it based on like all the Lego games, and oh god,
I think for Saves Together, it's a B
that's what I was gonna say.
because it's good.
Okay, I'm
And-
glad you agree. I was like I thought you were gonna argue it was being A.
No, because I wanted to give it an A. I was like, but we didn't really enjoy it. So how could we give it an A?
I would say it's a B.
But we recognize that it is a good game. But for us, it's a B.
It's polished, a lot of content.
But it's an easy one to recommend
Yeah.
for specific types of people, you know?
Yeah.
So you should play it. It's on Game Pass.
It is?
That's where we played it. I wouldn't have bought this thing.
Oh, damn, okay.
I'm not into the Lego games though. Like I said at the beginning. Like
and I just found out like I'm a different person now. So
Yeah.
that's how it is.
We're like adults, and this is like a kid.
No, it's not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
I'm
said
like adults.
I said specifically I'm a different person. I didn't say
know.
I grew up. All right.
Yeah.
You can like whatever you want, no matter what age. I just didn't really want to play this. And that's
Me
it.
neither.
B.
B.
That's a pretty high score for the game. We're both like, we didn't want to play it.
Well, because
But-
we're still trying to be fair. That's what's funny about our scoring system is it's not related to other games. Each game is its own thing, right? And
Mhm.
also, we try to keep in mind the truth of the game as well as our experience.
The truth of the game. That's true.
You know,
Just like
like-
how Jar Jar is really a Sith.
He is. Look it up. God, that would have been so cool.
Would have been cooler than what happened.
It really would have been.
It really
cool.
would have been cooler.
And I'm convinced that it was supposed to.
I'm not.
You want to talk about the theories?
Thanks for joining us on Saves Together Quick Save.
Where can they find us on the internet, Grace?
You can find us at savestogether.com or .club. You can find all our categories there, recommended episodes, and we're also on Twitter and Instagram at Saves Together.
Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Thanks for listening. Peace
Bye.
out.
Wait, what would they say in the force?
And may the force be with you.
I couldn't remember.
You said, what would they say?
I couldn't remember the main thing they say.
Yo, what do they say in Star Wars?
Let your Midi-chlorians ride forever.
Beautiful. Better?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't mean until I see you move and kang the table.
Wow. Is it an Ant-Man reference?
Yeah, dude, you're gonna conquer that table. I'm about to kang this. That's gonna be lexic. I'm making that dibs, 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 dibs. New slang.
I don't feel comfortable with that.
Kang slang.